Welcome to SACTAP YIG. I'm Matt.
And I'm Christy, and here are tonight's top stories.
Legislative committees gathered in both the Convention Center and Capitol today to debate the bills on the floor.
Will these bills of the delegates pass, or will they be washed away with the rain? Joey has the scoop.
I came to the Convention Center to find out more about these legislative committees. I heard they bring together delegates, but for what? Let's go find out more.
The legislative committee is composed of senators, assembly people, lobbyists, and a legislative analyst. And the senators and assemblymen have bill sponsors where they tell us about their bills. The lobbyists give for and against speeches, and then they are allowed to discuss what they think of the bill and pass, table, or postpone indefinitely, so they get to decide the future of their bill. And the legislative analyst describes the fiscal impact of the bill.
Okay, so you're a lobbyist, right?
Yeah.
How are you liking that so far?
I really like it because I like to debate, and it's kind of our job to make the other lobbyists seem like they don't know what they're talking about, which I think is kind of fun, but it's also stressful because when other people make you look stupid, it's kind of difficult to deal with.
Explain some of the bills that you're for or against.
I am for the banning of beauty pageants, which I think is really interesting because I've always thought that they were a little demeaning and bad for children, and I'm also for banning toys in children's meals that are unhealthy.
Sounds very complex. Thank you very much, Megan. Good luck. So, Lila, you're a governor's lobbyist, right?
Yeah.
So what do you do in the legislative committees?
Well, basically, Governor Merchant has read through the bills, and he has picked some which are his priority bills, which he really likes. They really agree, and they kind of enact his platform. And so then we are assigned to a cabinet member, and we are assigned some of his priority bills. I had 2 priority bills to speak on, and we go into whatever committee they're being debated in, and we go speak on why they should be passed and why they're Governor Merchant's priority bill. I really like it. It's amazing. I was a lobbyist last year, a regular lobbyist, and it was really fun, so I applied to be governor's lobbyist. Yeah. And I got it, and it's just been really great. I love working with Governor Merchant and Zara, the chief of staff, and I love all the cabinet members and all the other lobbyists, and it's really cool to work in the governor's office, basically.
Got it. Sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's what happens in legislative committees. It brings together delegates to debate on bills. Now these delegates either can turn it down or pass it. And if you have a bill out there that you want to pass, good luck to you. You can do it.
I gotta say, I'm pretty jealous of all the delegates that get to go in the Capitol building.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't the Capitol building constructed in 1362 by Native Americans as a tribute to their god of fertility?
I think that's a little bit inaccurate, Matt. Thankfully, Jason is here to tell us the correct facts about the Capitol.
Gee willikers, Matt, you sure couldn't be more wrong. I think it's time we take you kids to school. We're going to learn about history like a true American. You see, the Capitol here in Sacramento was not built by the Native Americans in the 14th century. Oh no. It was built by just plain Americans in the 19th century, citizens of the United States of America, just like you and I. However, some of the ideas behind the building of this historic monument stretch back way further than just the 14th century. For example, in the BC years, we have the idea that from Greece, known as democracy. You see, the ancient Greeks believed that all people had an equal opportunity to decide on the issues of their time. This is an idea still cherished by many Americans today. After all, the youth and government motto is, democracy must be learned by each generation. It certainly has had an impact over the years. Additionally, just take a look at the structure of the building itself, the architecture. This is in a style known as neoclassicism, which dates back to the beginning of the 19th century with the Napoleonic era. It was a revival of ancient Greek and Roman culture, architecture among them. Now, I digress. The importance of this place here and now, at SAC, certainly lies in the people that we can encounter here. Take, for example, the youth governor himself, Mayor Merchant, and, of course, the real governor of California himself, Jerry Brown. We have the secretaries of state, the assemblies, the Senate of all kinds, Constitutional Convention, NIC, you name it. It's all here, right at the center of California itself. A grand historical monument, the Capitol building. Well, I'm sure that this historical experience has helped guide YNG delegates to enjoy and appreciate their experience here in Sacramento and specifically in the Capitol building, all the more. Jason Bird here from KYNG News. Good evening.
Thanks, Jason. In other words, lobbyists from every delegation were able to take a break from all their activities and enjoy a luncheon on the 15th floor of the Hyatt.
But this luncheon wasn't all play. Lobbyists were encouraged to bring at least one guest to try and persuade them to be either for or against their bill.
We were able to bring you up close and personal to this private event.
You may have heard about the lobbyist luncheon, but have you ever wondered what it is or what exactly goes on inside? We have an exclusive inside look just for you YNG delegates. The Lobbyist Luncheon is an exclusive event where lobbyists get the opportunity to persuade senators and assemblymen to vote and promote their bills in Senate and Assembly floors. 2 luncheons are held, one for gold senators and another for the blue.
From salad to pasta to bread to brownies, the luncheon was a real hit on the food section.
One word to describe the lobbyist program would be?
Invigorating.
Invigorating.
Yes.
Tell me why.
It's so awesome to just go up in front of a room of people, go in a committee, and just try to convince them a point of view, whether or not you agree with it. It's really cool to just go up there and pretend like you own the place and just pretend like you believe every word you're saying even though you don't.
Okay, can you go ahead and tell me some of the bills that you've been lobbying for this past weekend?
One of the bills I was lobbying for, I'm sorry, I don't know the numbers, but one of the bills I was lobbying for was, it was 30% of all the leftover food from grocery stores should be donated to food banks. And that was a really cool one. And so we're still not done with that one. We're going back into session in a couple minutes to finish that one up. And so trying to see what happens with that one. Another one we did, let's see. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember the other one. Another one we did was a Senate joint resolution to rewrite the definition of habeas corpus. And that one was really well written and it actually got passed.
Okay, can you tell me what you gained from the luncheon this past afternoon?
So for the luncheon, I took one of the people from one of my committees, and it was a lot of fun. His name is Sean Kolke, and he's from the Conejo Valley Committee, so hey Sean. He's a lot of fun. He's a junior, and I just kind of talked to him about his views on politics in general and the bill that he not sponsored, but the bill that he supported that we were lobbying for and all that kind of stuff. And it was a lot of fun, and it's just a good social event to get to meet people.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Thanks.
One word that would describe the lobbyist program would be?
I would definitely say just exciting. It's a pretty basic word, but it's really the only one that I think sums up the lobbyist program so fully, just because it's just such a different experience. Like, I know personally I had never spoken in front of people, and this is just so different, like different ideas, even if they're not your own, just have to speak about them and like go in hardly even having prepared and like speak in front of a bunch of people. It's just really exciting.
Okay, and can you go ahead and tell me some of the bills that you've been lobbying for this weekend?
I'm actually going into lobby right now for a bill I'm really excited about. It's to ban child pageantry for children under the age of 13, which I think is really exciting. And some other ones that I've been lobbying on. Let's think about these. There's one that I'm lobbying against, actually, that is to prohibit driving usage to 6 days a week. So that one I'm also going to lobby on right now, so we'll see how that one goes too. Pretty excited.
And then, can you tell me what you gained from this past luncheon that we had this afternoon?
The luncheon I thought was actually really exciting because it was just a really different experience for me. I didn't know anyone in my committee, so I just had to go out and ask someone and then like take them up to the luncheon and just talk with them. Like, it was definitely something that got me out of my comfort level and just like try to get them to vote for my bills, and it was just really different and exciting.
Thank you.
That wraps up the exclusive look into the Lobbyist Luncheon. Thanks all you YNG viewers.
Those lobbyists sure know how to have a good time. Speaking of a good time, did you hear about the flash mob today?
Yeah, at around 1:30 p.m. today, members of the Wolfpack Party broke into song on the steps of the Hyatt, only to be crashed by the Golden Party. The Wolfpack Party stated that the flash mob was a demonstration of political party promotion.
Roughly 400 people received text messages for the event by the Wolfpack Party to spread the word.
I wonder why there's tension between some political parties.
Maybe it has to do with their political outlooks. Violet has the story.
For those delegates curious about what each political party is about, I went and found out more. The Golden Party focuses on following the Golden State's founding ideals. The Wolfpack Party's platform revolves around unity. The Rational Party focuses on smartening up people. And the Yin Yang Party strongly promotes equality. The political party system is in its second year. Jake Shore from the Rational Party believes that the system has helped smaller delegations.
That we were in this program, that we were part of it, yet we didn't really have a voice. And I think what the political parties are about is giving us a voice.
The Golden Party has more than 750 members. The Wolfpack Party has almost 600 members. The Rational Party has about 250 members. The Yin Yang Party has roughly 200 members, and around 100 delegates are unaffiliated. It seems a bit of a rivalry has broken out between the two largest parties. The Wolfpack Party had a flash mob today, and the Golden Party had something else planned.
So we decided that if they're going to have a flash mob singing the YMCA song, we're going to combat it sitting on the stairs singing the Rick Astley Never Gonna Give You Up.
The bigger parties talked more about competition, while the smaller parties were focused more on their ideals.
In some of the bigger parties, you're going to get a lot of people, well, my friends in this. So all of our people are really strong and bound together.
But the chairman of one of the bigger political parties would like to see smaller parties get more into what he calls friendly competition.
Once some parties become bigger than others, it's difficult for the smaller ones to remain competitive. So I would like to see a way that the smaller parties can still be as competitive with the larger ones in the future.
Thanks, Violet. Well, that just about does it for today. Have a good Friday, YNG.
Until tomorrow, I'm Christy.
And I'm Matt. Stay classy, YNG.